All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the season finale of Music in the Minor League. We did it. We got to 26 episodes, which was when we started out, we were going to do bi-weekly episodes, and well, we did them all in 8 months. So we're going to take a short break to work on a new record, and we'll get back with season 2 probably around November. You'll hear more about that once the episode starts. Real quick, we're just going to run through a couple things. Hopefully we're out of here in a minute or so. First thing, as always, share, tell some friends, let people know about the podcast, then go back and binge, listen to the whole first season. It'll be great. And then what do we have coming up? Well, real quick, next week on August 26th, we'll be at Black Magic Social Club with the Grifters and Shills, Shame on Me, and Rock Bottom String Band. That's going to be a great show. We hope to see y'all out there. Then we're going to do Wild Rabbit Salad CD release show or album release show on September 3rd at Rehab Bar on the Bayou. Then on September 16th, we're going to be at Ronnie's Hog Heaven in Dickinson with Gabe Wooten and Grifters and Shills. And then September 30th, we'll be at the Continental Club's backyard with Trish Cramblett. We're trying to take it a little easy on shows for the next couple months to finish up this new record we're working on. Speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and get to the episode. We're going to kick it off with our cover of Josh Ritter's song Girl in the War, which will show up on this next record. We got it finished last night, and we just did a quick mix and master of it to give y'all a preview, man, to let you know while we're shutting down what you got to look forward to. See you on the other side. Bye-bye.
Pete said to Paul, you know, all these words we wrote, they're just the rules to the game, and the rules are the first to go. They're talking to guys, Laurel begging Audie for a gun. I got a girl in the war, Paul, I wonder what it is we've done. Paul said to Pete, you gotta rock yourself a little harder. Pretend the dove from above is a dragon and your feet are on fire. Got a girl in the war, but I don't know what I can do. So turn up the music and just pray that she makes it through. The keys to the kingdom got locked inside the kingdom, and the angels fly inside, you know, we can't see them. Got a girl in the war, but I know they can hear me yell. If they don't try to help her, well, they can all just go to hell. They don't try to help them well, they can all just go to hell. Said to Pete, you gotta rock yourself a little harder. Pretend the dove from above is a dragon and your feet are on fire. Got a girl in the war, but her eyes are like champagne. Yeah, the sparkle bubble over in the morning, all you've got is rain. Yeah, the sparkle bubble
All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Music in the Minor League. Today we are here doing our season finale.
Elf just wooed.
I did woo. Was that a wrong time to woo?
No, it's perfect time to woo because we're here. This is the season finale.
Look, Mom, we made it.
And we have no guest. But, whatever.
I feel like we're the guests.
Well, I mean, we are the hosts, but we figure we started, you go into this world alone, you go out alone.
Exactly.
And
we
unless you're on an
come
airplane.
And talk about our guests.
But
that would be fun.
So yeah, we're going to go over a few things. So the first is, why are we ending season 1 right now? Well, because being the people we are, we did an entire year's worth of episodes in 8 months.
And what that means is being the person that Sam is.
True.
Yeah. We're just along for the ride.
Yeah, we just hung on to the coattails.
So we got in, we got busy, we took care of it. We gave y'all 25 and now this 26 episodes, which we're initially going to run every other week. And we did them already. So we're done. You got a whole year, 26 episodes.
Yep.
You're welcome.
That's how we do it.
We kicked ass.
We finish way before anyone wants us to.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Right? Poor Kim. But all right, so things that are going on with us. Another reason why we are going on a break. We are currently working on a new record.
Full-length album, you guys.
Full length, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Both 12 inches of album will be dropped.
How many tracks?
It'll be 10.
That's solid.
Yeah, man, it's legit. I mean, that's it. If we get through and then one of them we end up not liking it, maybe 9. But we're shooting for a good quality 10. That way you can listen to it and you're not going to get bored with us. So we're working on that. And if everything goes according to plan, we may have a rough mix that kicks off this episode of something new just to get y'all fired up.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That would be awesome.
Which I'll edit this out. No, I'm just playing. my famous, I'll edit this out, but I'm going to leave it all in thing. So
has that phrase been uttered in every episode, I think?
Pretty much. We're going to edit this out, then it carries on for 10 minutes. We're going to leave it in.
We're going to leave that in.
So yeah, so if it works out, chances are you will have just heard of, actually I wouldn't even say a rough, a good mix, not the final mix, not the final master, but a good version of a song we're working on.
Yeah, I actually went and listened back to the file the other day, and they actually sound really good, just the quick mix that's on them, so.
Yeah, I know. We're doing this. An interesting thing about this album, since we've had Dewey get putting her foot down, everything.
It's faster, you guys. Shocking.
8 of the 10 tracks are faster than anything on our last album.
You're welcome.
The 9th one is the same speed as the fastest one on our last album. And our super slow, mellow ballad would be the second fastest song on the last album.
So we're in our punk rock phase.
Right. So even our ballads are double speed because Kim's always play it faster.
I need to feel rushed.
It's damn it, Dewey.
Did you feel rushed on Saturday night?
Which time Saturday night?
I told Sam, Toughest Nails was so fast. I was I was afraid you wouldn't be able to get through the solo.
Dude, I was whoa. Yeah, I was whoa.
Oh, sorry, dude.
No, I was I'm down with it. That song, I think it works well faster.
I was running to keep up too, so
that's
don't
good.
Feel bad.
Nothing wrong with that.
So see, you can't win. So for all of y'all who are thinking about having bands with your old lady in them,
no, you can win.
Slow it down. It's oh God, okay,
right.
Beat it up, slow it down.
I'm hot. I'm cold.
I'm noticing a trend here.
You're normally I'm cold.
I need my Afghan.
Oh God, it's 105 out. I'm freezing. She brought her hoodie in for dinner last night. It was good times.
It's always 65 degrees inside of Chili's. It's always cold.
We went to Chili's last night?
Yes.
We did 3 for me.
That's a solid deal, man.
Dude, considering, this is non-paid advertising for Chili's, but you can't go wrong, dude. It's a burger. And I was healthy. I'm trying to be less of a dude than I've been recently. So I've let myself go in last year. Got my burger and my broccoli.
Solid choice.
And I got some, which now the best option they have is the chicken enchilada soup.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Their baked potato soup isn't bad.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
But with the beard, it just gets stuck in my beard.
Yeah, so we went with that. It was really good. And Kim was I'm freezing.
I always have a hoodie in the car. I'm always prepared. It's better to not freeze to death.
So that's a good recap on what we've been up to.
Yeah.
Hell's got school starting back. And like I say, we're really trying to buckle down and just get this record done. Because we're already a pretty good ways into it. Which means that I've done drums, bass, multiple guitar tracks, vocals. And then Kim showed up and did her vocals and Hell's been doing his part.
Right.
And
Sam does most of the work, you guys. Just
That's me just trying to take credit for
FYI.
everything. Like, here's what's up.
He never lets me play bass.
I should. There's a few parts where it's like, damn it. I should be like, oh, yeah. You're right. Like,
But that's always like the
Health
second
playing
thing he
bass.
lays down. It's just
Yeah,
It's okay. It's fun. But I mean, we could always record over it. Phil's got a tastier bass line.
true.
So you may be hearing, Health
tasty
bass
bass
lines on this.
grooves.
We don't even know yet.
I don't know, but I did have a tastier bass for the
You
recording.
did, man. Talk about being fancy on this record. The Fender P bass I have is like unbalanced, I guess. Like you hit the E, it's like boo, and then every other string's like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
So it's really weird. And then Health brought in like, was it 68 SG bass Gibson. So it was fancy.
Truly.
Did a little bit of setup work. It was good to go. It kind of was more balanced. Sounded real nice.
Thumps.
I think only one song to actually keep the P bass on. That's because everything was on that top string. So it was like, cool.
Yeah.
We're good. One of our really difficult 3-chord songs. But that's the thing. We're trying to make things people can play at home. So if you want to cover our songs, it's not hard.
no.
True,
We're trying
right.
to make things we can play. That's all.
Let us
Basically,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, because we're not, there's just 3 of us. Doesn't have to be that crazy. We're like a hardcore band that's acoustic. That's the way I always describe it. We use the hardcore drum beat, we do the thing. Everything's just straight ahead. We're not trying to be cute. And then Health comes in with all of his tasty, twinkly stuff. And it's like,
Tasty, twinkly stuff.
man, you have that dobro pierce your ears for an entire tour. It happens.
Look, any sound guy who happens to listen to this, the best thing to do is to not put a dobro in the monitors, and you'll be good all night long.
Really, the one at Kirby's was my fault because I was like, I'll just use this cable that's laying on stage instead of my own guitar cable, and it cut out. So while he was like, I don't understand why this isn't working, he turned the dobro all the way up to get, all right, it's working, and then he forgot to bring it back down.
Never
So,
brought it back down.
It's as always, as much as I try to blame others, it can sometimes be my fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault, Trapper. It was Sam.
Trapper's the man.
Agreed.
Shout out to Kirby's Beer Store, Wichita, Kansas. Love you.
Heck yeah.
We'll be back there in October. That's another thing we got coming up. We're doing one last tour this year with our good friends Grifters and Chills. We'll be heading from here up into Colorado, or Rado, depending on where you're at.
A review.
It's easier. I don't know. I was always a Colorado kid, but now that I can say Colorado,
Yep.
it's like it feels cooler. It's like, bro, we're going to Colorado.
Righteous.
My dog. So, it's like cool stuff to do. So we'll be going up there. That's coming up in the middle of October.
Yep.
And we'll be doing some shows. Let's see.
We're gonna be around town.
We are, dude. Next week, Black Magic Social Club with Grifters and Chills, always. Shame on Me, which is a killer local band, if you hadn't heard. Like, oh, they're so good. And then our good friends from San Marcos are coming down, Rock Bottom String Band. They're going to be playing that show too with us. So, I mean, it's going to be 4 killer bands. So, you need to come out.
Party night.
Like 3 killer bands and us.
Yeah.
Trying to like have some ego about things. Sound cool. But yeah, then on September 16th, we're playing with Gabe Wooten and Critters and Chills at Ronnie's Hog Heaven in Dickinson, which again is going to be another killer night.
That'll be my first time to ever see Gabe.
What?
See, that's cool, man. You may recognize Gabe as a guest on this show. We're hoping Rock Bottom will be in our 2nd season. So we're big fans of those people.
Yep.
Have you really never seen Gabe play live? Oh wow. Okay.
I know I'm a loser. I get it. It's fine.
Oh no, you're gonna enjoy it.
No, it's a lot of fun. If you like hearing somebody who's full of shit tell stories all night and stuff, it's great.
Look, I'm in the band with.
Right, I
Those
know.
songs
That's
are
why I'm
so great.
joking. It's like we smell our own. So what we're going to be doing later in October on the 11th, we're going to go up to Amarillo. There aren't many venues in Amarillo. We got to stay the night there. So if you're around the 806, we'll be playing their open mic like real rock stars.
Heck yeah, swinging in.
On the 12th, it's either that or sit at the hotel and,
That sounds
stare at the
boring.
wall. And with the 3 of us in a hotel room, it gets claustrophobic pretty fast.
It starts to smell weird.
So we're going to do that. Then the next night we'll be in Walsenburg, Colorado at the Crafty Canary. That is on the 12th of October. The 13th, we'll be taking Health on his first ever trip to Wyoming.
Yep.
We'll be at the Roughed Up Duck in Laramie.
Nice.
On the 14th and 15th, we'll be at which I don't know if this is okay because Elaine has not officially announced it yet, but we will be at the Choice City Stomp in LaPorte, Colorado.
At the swing station.
Nice.
At the swing station.
That's such a cool venue.
The whole
You
that
walk
whole
in,
vibe
you
of
throw
that is
your
awesome.
keys in the jar, and you see how the night goes.
Upside down pineapples everywhere.
Right.
And red mulch out front.
Oh, yeah. Then on Monday, we're going to be heading back to our good friends Kirby's on the 16th of October to play there. And then on the 17th, we'll be at Beer is Good Brewing Company in Norman, Oklahoma. Shout out Rachel Lynch for the hookup on that. Eventually, we'll get Rachel and Griffin on here. Probably 2 separate episodes, but they're really cool people from the Oklahoma area. So those are things you got to look forward to in season 2, and probably after that run, beginning of November is probably when we will come back with season 2. So,
nice.
All right, we ran through all the crap.
We got the plans.
And that's it, man. So you know all the stuff, so we probably don't even have to do an intro to this episode now. Sick.
Sweet.
That's why I just went straight into just like a hello and then a song.
There you go.
So, all right, now that we're through that, we're going to go through some highlight episodes. You know, it's one of those ones where we should have had people send us things. If I'd have been more intelligent and less busy, I would have put something online like, tell us your favorite episode. We'll revisit it, but we didn't do that. So,
we thought it'd be fun to revisit the ones that we liked. I mean,
yeah.
You know,
I liked all of them, really. I mean, I know it sounds cheesy, but there was no episode. There were many episodes about 15 minutes in where it's like, okay, this is going bad. And then 15 minutes is about where everyone cracked and they were just like, I'm stuck because I got nothing better to do.
Right.
Okay, we're here. And then all of a sudden you look up, it's like we're 45 minutes in. You're like, oh.
Got an episode.
Okay, yeah, man. Like,
but
we're
it's
good.
at 15 minutes where the guest is like, oh, okay, these people aren't that weird.
Yeah, they're trying to fill us out. We're trying to fill it. Because, like, by and large, a lot of the people we interviewed this season, I mean, they weren't our everyday friends. Like, we had, like, grifters and, you know, Dan and stuff, but the rest of the ones, like, some of these people we'd never even
It's true.
met.
Yeah.
So we were able to knock down those walls real quick.
Yeah, Sam's got all the connections. And
well, I was just thinking of people who were around who'd be down. But yeah, man,
Right.
like we did. I mean, we got, you know, episode 2 was obviously John and Rebecca. And that was also episode 20 where we were doing our On the Tens, like doing a special episode about, you know, different influential records.
Yep.
I mean, of course, it's always fun to sit down with John and Rebecca because we sit down with John and Rebecca all the time. Like, it was funny booking that Kirby show. He was like, is it just y'all this time? I was like, nope. Grifters and Chills is coming back with us too. It's like one of these days, one of us may come through without the other, but this is not the time.
They won't book us, but where's the other guys? Well, they're not with us. Guess you're not playing Kirby's.
Right. It's like we're all very codependent here. But, you know, that's it. You find your people, you got to build your little community. And, you know, we try to be the bedrocks of that community and try to build this thing up. You know, it's important. So we love them. And they're here and they've done 2 episodes and they were both great and good memories, yada, yada. Actually, it was good to learn a lot about Rebecca because she's so, like, I know a lot about John. Rebecca will talk about things, but Rebecca's very much like, no one will know my past. She's kind of mysterious.
Yeah, she's like when you talk, she's like the narrator of the life. You're like, so you don't know who the narrator is. Like, you're like, what's her story?
Yeah.
And now we know her story. It's pretty good.
It's kind of one of those things where you don't realize that she is by far like the lyricist of Grifters and Chills.
Right.
Like John's like, here's a couple lines, and then Rebecca's like,
I'll do the real work now. Thank
okay.
you.
So I used to love
let me fix that.
I used to love the intro to Fireball she did when she was just like, I wrote this song about, you know, how sexy I was. And like, it got me good. And then she's been a little more less like, maybe she had an extra beer or something before they played and was being a little more like, but it was a hilarious intro. Just like, yeah, I like talking about how, you know, me.
It's all about me.
And then we'll go to our number 1 episode. So our number 1 episode at the end of this first season was Tucker Hart.
Like, and how like appropriate is that it's his episode? And the dude is like, I don't know, he's like the nicest guy ever. You know, like seriously.
Yeah, and he's really, man, like built a solid community of musicians in League City. Like, it's wild. Like,
In
if
a
y'all,
few years, like it's happened really fast.
it's
for
been
him.
barely over a year. Like, we did
the year anniversary.
Yeah, and that was back in April, maybe. No, it was your birthday, so it was March.
Yeah, well, but before that, he was, you know, trying to build his nursing home ministry and like doing those other things. So he was just meeting people, and then they all started coming together. And
yeah, dude. I mean, Tucker's impressive, and he's really built this up, and he's working on a new record. I know he's working on that this fall.
Heck yeah.
So that was a good one to have first. Plus, it's where you sit down and you start learning that these people have like really amazing stories. You know, it's like even people who aren't, you know, you can read all these rock dude biographies, which we listen to a lot of on the road, or just band biography things. And you're like, oh, yeah, this is crazy. But then you just pull in the dude who's playing at the local brewery or down at the local place, you know, coffee shop or whatever. And this dude has a path to music that would blow any of those stories away. And then we kind of had him and Charles back to back, where it was like two dudes who literally almost died, and then we're finally just like, all right, I gotta get out and play these songs and do this stuff because, like, you know, there's a time and place, and this is apparently now because I don't know how much more time or place I'll have.
Right.
So that was another one, man, that, you know, I think coming in at number 6 was Charles, which I'll let Kim tell you something about the Charles episode.
Yeah, we did get kind of a little gift out of that episode. I jokingly mentioned that Charles could write me a song anytime, and a few weeks ago Charles sent me a link and said I did write you a song, so y'all be prepared to hear that in the future.
Yeah,
now we just have to sit down and work out how to play like Charles. But
good luck with that.
Tearjerker.
Actually, it's kind of good. Like, he realized he was playing with amateurs and, like, no Travis picking or anything like that.
He watered it down for us.
He's like, let me do this crayon style for Sam. It was like, thank you.
Two-handed.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So, what a gift.
This is called an A chord, kids.
So that was a really good one, man. Like, Charles is always great to talk to. It was also the least amount of work we did on any episode.
Right.
I think we asked 4 questions in an hour and a half.
Did I even show up in that episode?
Yeah, no, it's some of them where it's just like, well, there went that, or Kim will sit there silently and never really say anything. I feel like you were there a lot for the Charles.
Yeah.
Anyone we have something that has a more, you know, I guess heart-wrenching story or something, Kim's normally like takes over.
Yeah.
Because Kim works with people who, you know,
have heart-wrenching stories.
Right. So it's just kind of like, this is my place. Let me know what's up.
My whole life, yeah.
He's thoughtful, unlike me. So then number 2, man, was one of my favorites as well, was our friend Shane Sweeney from Two Cow Garage, which was Hell's been playing one of their songs for years, has never really knew them or heard them much.
Nope.
And then so it was great to sit down and finally, you know, have a good time to talk with Shane. Plus, dude's a killer songwriter, you know, prolific musician, done all this great stuff. There's as long as he says yes, Micah, the other half of Two Cow Garage, is like Double Assault, will be a guest on the next season. We just didn't feel like it would be a good use of time to be like, all right, we're going to do the same band, 2 people from it back to back or anything.
Right.
Spread out their exposure over time. Plus, I know Micah's working on a new record.
That way we can milk it too.
Right? Get another number 2.
But they're also, you know, they're also solo artists in their own right. And they write their own songs, and they're both very different personalities. Be fun.
Then, you know, 3's John and Rebecca, 4's our intro episode, which I'm sure was because everyone was listening to it, trying to figure out what we were doing at first.
I'm sure, yeah.
Not that it was that enthralling, but they were like, man, you know, let's do this.
You gotta start somewhere.
We'll see what these idiots are talking about.
Well, that's the funny part.
Idiots?
That's the funny part is that's the first episode you heard and you like kept with it. That's impressive. We did something right.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, you didn't turn them off that much. Like, oh God.
This whole podcast has been like this episode. It's like, here's the idea. It's like, what are we doing with it? I don't know.
No, like I see other podcasts, like they have like boards and like they have notes and stuff.
Yeah, or they have segments.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's how adults do it. Huh.
Maybe we should do some
things.
segments.
Yeah, like
We'll start coming up with like a, you know, a segment thing. Like, what's your, you know, maybe we'll do that at the end of every episode now. So our next season, like, what's in your, you know, what are you listening to these days?
Oh,
like,
that's good.
Do a rundown things people are listening
What's
to.
in your CD player?
Like,
Is that what you're going to say?
You can do it with the kid. What's your most recent download?
Bro, what are you jamming on the Spotifys and the Amazons and the Apples these days?
We can't keep talking like that. It sounds weird.
Hello, children.
Hi. Hey, kids.
Hello, fellow teenagers. What are y'all doing? Like the Steve Buscemi meme?
It's funny because if I look at mine, the most recent thing I've downloaded on my Apple Music is Marty Bush, and that's because we played with him, and I was like, I want to hear more of that. So
see, that's a
good episode. That'd be a good closer.
Right, man. We did. That's one thing I'll say about this last run we did. There's people I'd like to talk to because we, like, every night was like somebody really good.
Yeah.
Like that was the fun part about that run, though, is it's like we went into it thinking, okay, we got some locals on the shows, so that could be good because it's always a crapshoot. Let's be honest. And all of them were just really cool. Like I was like, this is fun.
Yeah, like it was good just to watch the shows.
Yeah.
I mean, from the dude, like the local dude in Wichita, Shoe Shine Blue, like it was like, dude, that was, I was like, okay, this dude, we got to follow that.
Right? Yeah.
Also followed that on Spotify when he was done. For
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, so we had that. Then Marty and Natalie Prouser was great.
Dude, yeah.
I also really appreciated that Natalie took the time to, when I was like, it's Prouser, right? She's like, no. No, it's not how it's pronounced at all. I took the moment to like bust my balls. Then when we get off stage, she's like, oh, that's how it's pronounced. And I was like, thanks.
Thank you.
That was great. But I felt like, you know, it's kind of like made you feel like you were friends for a minute. Because
Sam likes the abuse.
Well, it's just that whole like, I'm going to kind of make fun of you on stage. It's good.
Yep.
But in a fun way. So we appreciated that. And then, then we went to Lawrence and we played with Dumpstar, which was great. Which old punk rock dudes throwing down.
Legitimately throwing down.
And I don't want to say old punk rock dudes, but like these dudes were in their 70s.
Yes.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I only hope I
wish
can
I
still
had
do that.
half the energy and stage presence of that lead singer. Like,
Dude, you're not kidding.
it was amazing.
Like they literally just brought it and had a bunch of originals and doing like, being Houstonians, did like a 13th Floor Elevator song. I was
And
like,
an MC5 cover?
Yeah, MC5. Like, I can't go wrong.
These guys are legit.
So it was a blast, man. They were kick ass. And then
Had to go follow them on Spotify.
Yep.
And then the next night, we played with Brendan from the Heels, or from Heels, not the
Heels,
Heels.
you're right.
I made the mistake of following the Heels on bands in town. I keep getting notifications about this band that I don't know if they're good or bad, but it's not Heels. I
definitely not.
haven't listened to them yet because I'm like, I'm not going to listen to this band.
Kind of stupid right now.
They're showing up in my inbox. And I don't want them. But Heels is killer. Hopefully we get them down here before too long.
Yes.
We may even start covering one of their songs. Who knows?
That would be awesome.
And then we
What's the pretty
closed it out
harmonies
with
on that?
Emily Fenton, who we've been hassling about doing episodes. We were hoping she'd be this episode to close out the season, but schedules and all that kind of stuff,
Rock stars.
It's just tough, man. Sometimes schedules don't line up. So that'll be early season 2. Mark it down. Be prepared. All right. So anyway, we cover that tour in the middle of talking about episodes because that's what we do. Speaking of going off topic, Gabe Wooten was number 5.
Dude, was he ever on topic is a better question.
Is that like, are you saying that's his middle name now? Like Gabe Off Topic Wooten?
Well, it worked
T-Woo.
out good. I mean, that one was all over the place, but there was a lot of really good information. Like, it was cool to see, like, I don't know, man, Gabe's so many tall tales and everything, especially when you see him, he has these stories that you're like, it kind of goes like Norm Macdonald style. After we listened to that book on the last tour, where it's like, you end up on this, that could be a simple 2-minute story, A to B, and like 25 minutes later, you forgot where you even started. And it's
Right.
like, and then this happened. And you're like, oh, okay, there was the punchline. Like,
Yep.
wow, okay. I totally forgot that was ever part of the story until right now. So Gabe's like that a lot more on stage, like these long meandering stories that kind of go with these, they get finished with a song. But here, I think he like kind of really got on topic with a lot of stuff. I mean, and then it kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, but like you said, we got a ton of if you listen to both those episodes, there's a lot of really great information in there. Like that, you just gotta mine it out of there, and it's
a dude who's been doing it for a long time, like from all different levels.
Just fun to listen to tell a story. He knows how to weave a story.
oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and that was also our first 2-parter because
He can't
those
not
A&M
talk.
boys can talk. Him and
Boy,
Brent
can
McClellan
they.
both, like,
God.
we did the only two that went so long was like, okay, we're going to have to break this up because someone's going to listen to a 2.5-hour episode.
I will say, though, it wasn't like, oh my God, they're going so long. It was very entertaining.
No, because in the
whole time.
moment you're just like, wow, this is really entertaining and just fun to listen to.
Right.
The only reason I knew it was getting late because it was just finally like I'm about to, like, I have to go to the bathroom now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no option. I have to stand up, and you're like, oh God, we've already been going like an hour.
Well, yeah,
15
because
minutes.
was it in the Brent one where you you went to the bathroom yeah, because him and I were still talking, and I looked over, I was like, whoa, Sam and Kim are gone. Oh, they both went to bathrooms.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, see, people don't hear that on tape that we just disappeared.
Yeah.
It's also where we start drinking beer at home, and then it's like, okay, hold it for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
why you don't drink beer while you're recording a podcast.
well, now the
Rookie
Gabe
mistakes.
episode-
Now we know this.
The Gabe episode was like pour up rank. So we did it like that. All right. Then we got Charles, and then coming in at number 7, Lauren Eddy
Oh, nice.
from El Lago, Texas, playing with Young Mammals right now.
Yep.
So many bands.
Who that was, I
Very
couldn't
talented.
remember, but yeah, we used to play with them at Super Happy Funland back in the 2000 when they were still the Dimes.
Okay.
So that's how long I remember that band. But Lauren's been playing with them. They do Third Island Party. They do a lot of great stuff. So yeah, we're big fans of hers, and it
I'm
was
glad
really
that
cool.
episode did really well. That was fun.
Yeah. And that was one of those ones that about 15 minutes in, we're like, oh no. Like I had a clipboard of questions. It's like, we're through all of them.
And then the health comes in through with the Texas City.
Right? Oh, we're bros.
City
We're from Texas
connection.
City. We're set.
TC connection.
And then, yeah, after that, it was like, how long? That episode ended up being like an hour.
Yeah.
So she ended up going, like, just opening up. That first 15 minutes, like, y'all literally heard maybe out of that hour-long episode, 5 of that 15 minutes was cut.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, cool,
Because again, we don't pre-plan.
I did
can
for
be
that
awkward.
one. I had that clipboard with like, here are facts about Lauren, and it was like, cool, man. We just blew through all that, but then we got to talk about the process and everything of writing songs and all the different projects her and Charlie have, her husband. Like they're very much like, okay, this is different. We're playing different instruments on this one, and the vibe's a little different. So
Amazing.
rather than just keep releasing everything under one name, they're like, nope, this is a new band, and we're going to call it this. So it's kind of cool, man. Like I say, she plays a little bit of everything.
Inspire you to do whatever the hell you want to do.
Exactly.
And then the number 8, almost, man, it's kind of like this one is another brick in the argument that Blackgrass Gospel should do a reunion because, like, straight from the bottom, like Chris Barnes just shot up. Like his episode, I mean, he's number 21. Like no one else is even close in the top 10. So a lot of these aren't in the top 10 just because they're older episodes or newer episodes. Haven't had time, but his just shot right up. He's the only person in the 20s that's in the top 10. He's beating a lot of older ones. So maybe Barnes was onto something, man. Maybe people care what Barnes has to say and care about what Blackgrass is up to.
Or maybe it's just how listening to it every day when Barnes says, we should get back together. And like maybe he's like, maybe I should call him. No, I'm not going to call him. Maybe I should call him.
Right.
Or maybe Barnes has been in enough bands that he's got enough fans that actually just wanted to listen.
I think that's what it really is.
That's true too, man. Like, you know, doing the horny tonk thing, which is still like one of the coolest things that I suck and I still have not gone out to. I'm always like, I'm going to go this Tuesday, and then
because now it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah, they're doing a Wednesday at Dan Electro's.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to go, I'm going to go to the real deal.
The original one. The original Gillies.
Maybe
Not the redone one.
Maybe next Tuesday, because I have to be into work till late on Wednesday.
And then we can say, see you next Tuesday.
I need to be the brave. I need to be brave enough to do like when I'm trying to lock myself into going to something, I'll like comment on Facebook, dude, I'll see you there.
Yeah,
then you're like, I have to go now. Damn it. Like
I'll be a schmuck if I don't show up.
So yeah, I'm always do stuff like that to make myself go. It's like, all right, now I have to go. Someone will be like, dude, why weren't you there?
You said you were going to be there.
You said you were going to be there, bro.
Plus, man, Barnes was just a lot of information. I've actually looked up the video. I need to go back on the recap post and post the news footage from when they blew a bunch of stuff up for the gender reveal. And like, they have it shook houses like a quarter mile away.
That was so great.
We didn't know what happened.
We thought it was a bomb.
The meth lab blew up. And it was like, dude, yes, go Barnes. All right, then number 9. It's our third episode with Joel Mora of the
another
Acoustic Cafe.
really good informative episode.
Yeah, it was good, man. We really do need to start getting more interviews with people who are not just performers.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be good to sit down and do because it really gives a lot of information. I know there's a lot of things people have asked about. Like, I know I need to start, maybe we'll address a few of the questions I've gotten from people later on here in a second. But yeah, man, it's been great because he just laid out a bunch of stuff about booking process, how he got there, how he does things, you know. And Kyle's one of the things that, because it's been a little bit longer than that, but we kind of started doing, currently working on a documentary of the old quarter with him and me and John from Grifters and Chills. So we got a lot going on there. And it's just talk about, you know, this great historic room that he took over from being a dude in a punk band that happened to play there and just falling in love with the venue. And then, you know, 20 years later, it's like, it's my venue now.
Yep.
And he's kind of done it right where doing the documentary thing, some of the people who were talking about buying it were like, oh yeah, we'll put it in a pool table and we'll do this. We'll make a bar and, you know, do the Galveston and have like the local person playing Santeria over and over again and whatever island songs. But Joel was like, no, dude, this is what this room is. Like, it's a place for original music and people to listen to original music. And real lucky that he took it over. All right. Then to close out the top 10, we have Arda Salahi, who is now Arda Black. She couldn't have gotten married before that episode.
I didn't realize that last name.
I know. That was one of those where it's like, oh, I'm going to embarrass myself. But I got it mostly right. So
You did. Okay.
Yeah, and they're like trudging along.
Dude, Quinn the Brain's killer. Like, I'm a big fan of that band ever since we first saw them. Yeah, they're just working on they set up a show with Margaritas Padritas, who's kind of blowing up like a Mexican punk rock band. It's kind of cool too. Like punk, it's weird. It's like they're like punk / shoegaze, kind of weird. Like, yeah, like they have songs that are straight up like heavy, and then it's like suddenly they go into My Bloody Valentine, which is noisy, but it's not heavy. So it's, I mean, they played shows with like bands like the Melvins and L7 and stuff. And so they're doing a show at the Roxy on Halloween.
Yeah, Sunset Strip.
Yeah, and then so Quinn the Brain's going out and they're going to play that with them. So, and they set up a show here, I got to see a Kickback Bar, and it was just great. Plus, it was cool seeing these kids that were, are from Mexico who were like, you're not going to hit it unless you sing all your songs in English. And they're like, well, cool, man. And then they did almost like most of their 90% of their songs were in Spanish still, because they're like, we're playing for our scene back home. If other people dig it,
right,
then they dig it. And it was just, man, they were just a killer band.
That's cool.
So it was cool to see them, and Quinn the Brain fit right in there, man, just bringing it. I know they're just finishing up new song yesterday.
Yeah.
So, man, Art is out doing it. They're out supporting a bunch of people. And I like them a lot too, because like I said, Art is always posting like, I'm at this show, I'm seeing this person. And it's always good to go out, people who really support the community they're a part of.
Heck yeah.
So I was glad.
Very cool.
That she made it into the top 10. Then we'll do some people who got close. Our good friend, Dan Torres, made it right outside. He's at, so like, Art is at 113 listens, Dan's at 109. So they're basically, these are all the honorable mentions.
And Dan is also not a musician, but is an artist.
Yep.
So.
Right, tour manager,
music
artist,
adjacent.
A music person who loves music though hears it and it's like, this is, and hears it like a person who's good at listening, not just like, I hear these albums like, hey man, like this is a little off here.
That's why it was really fun to do that episode with him where we like talked about our
like what got us into music. So we actually learned a lot about each other, like amongst all of us.
Exactly.
So, and then after that was Brian Johansson from Sugar Britches.
That was fun.
Yeah, man, it's a band we all really dig. We've listened to a lot more since we did the interview.
Yep.
So they've been a lot of fun, man. And Brian and them are great. We'll get to see them in October when we go up to Choice City Stomp. So we're looking forward to that. Brian was the best. We would not have our Roughed Up Duck show if Brian hadn't spilled on all the places for us to play. So he's one of those dudes that helps the scene. So thank you, Brian, for A, being a fun interview, B, being someone who helps folks out, man. We appreciate that.
A real bro.
And then right after that, at 107, we have Johnny Lawhorn.
Oh my gosh.
Still one of the craziest interviews.
It was weird because it was like, that's our only one we've done like on location, I think.
Yeah.
That we've actually taken the gear out and done there. We've either done it at our house or...
Yeah.
No, not to the back. We did Trish. We did Trish at the Old Quarter.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Trish was,
I forgot about
that kind of feels like the house because it's Old Quarter.
And it's also, that was, the Trish one was you're very sleepy because of the nice rain outside.
Oh my God, the rainstorm was going on.
And you could hear so much of it in there.
But no, Johnny, I was just thinking about him the other day because we got their new album in the mail, and God, he's so entertaining, and their music is so entertaining.
Yeah, I totally steal this shout out to Pentagram String Band for their new record. He was just great about that. But yeah, and it was funny too talking to Jared from March Divide, because he was talking about how Johnny's just like a road dog and just outdo. He's like, man, he's like I am. He's like a dude who just hits the road and
it doesn't stop.
No, man, Pentagram String Band's not touring. It's like, cool, well, I'm going out by myself.
Dude, he doesn't stay home at all. Like
no, man, who wants to stay home? It's boring there. So yeah, man, that was a real good one. And like I say, we got to do it in his living room.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Pouring hams,
Kitty cat.
hanging out with Tamale the cat.
Hell yeah.
Hear the birds
Also the cover
stuff.
model. Yeah, you could hear all the birds. It was good stuff. But again, man, another person who laid out, like, here's how we book stuff. Here's how we do things. Here's how we handle things on the road. Food you expect on the road. Which, while it sounded funny to talk about pizza, but it's like, here's where each region has their thing. Stuff that doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal until you're actually experiencing it. And you're like, oh, things are different on this side.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, really I was impressed with just how much information came out of that. And just, so like I say, we like the band. I saw them, sometimes I sing songs with John and Rebecca live. So I went when they played with them and jumped on stage and acted a fool, as did my Flavor Flav / like Bo from Avail kind of thing on stage with John and Rebecca, and fired people up. So we got to, hang out with them and they were good folks. And then they were good folks there again, man. Johnny hooked us up with the show at the Brick. So
yeah,
dude looks out. And he did that before we ever even asked him about an interview. So boom.
Cool dude.
Other things we'll just throw into last. We got to see our good friend Ned Gale, good friend more of Hell's than mine, but Ned came up, he found us, showed us the love. We went to their album release show at Heights Theater, which was packed.
It was bananas in there.
In like the best way. Like people were dancing, people were doing stuff, they're doing the limbo. There's giant beach balls going everywhere.
The giant mummy costume.
So I didn't see the giant mummy costume. They may not have done that yet.
Yeah.
They had the lifeguard there. They had the giant chair that they brought. Like they brought a giant lifeguard chair.
Yep.
I'm like, somebody had to get a low boy to bring this in and drag it in. And it was like, it was just great, man. Like, it was an experience all the way around.
It was, I danced to every song. I had a blast. It was,
I don't think you really have a choice. Like, they kind of make you dance. It's like full contact. You're part of it. Like, it's going to happen.
And I have such a love-hate relationship with the Heights Theater because I want to stand up front where I can see the artist really close.
Right.
But the sound is better if you back up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So I was up front for a little while and then I went back.
Yeah.
So.
It was just cool to be at the back just to watch the people.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
The
man,
whole
people
crowd
are
was having a
having,
blast.
like, this is a party.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, that was kind of cool just to watch them. So, you know.
And the other bands that play with them were great too. So,
yeah, man, I want to see Jump Rope some more, man. They were really good. Because Taylor, who used to work at Bohemios and see us play and dealt with us for many years, and then she moved over to the Heights Theater as like their door person. And then now she's still working there, but she's also fronting this band Jump Rope, co-fronting. And they were killer, man.
They were killer.
Yeah, that show was like the night of the bass guitarist. Like both bass players had like, you know, distortion and playing all the solos and leads and stuff. And it was really, man, just a killer show.
It was fun.
And then what was...
So that's what we do when we're not, you know, we're not playing shows as we go see shows.
So this is a good time to listen to the episode. You go through in the comments and you tell us, you know, what were some of your favorites? What did you check out? What did you like?
Did you go see anybody live that we had on the show?
Did we sell you on someone?
No kidding. That'd be good to know. Is there anything you want to know about? Like, hit us up. I know I had a dude ask me about, like, for one of the times we sat down and talked to people about, like, advice on booking. Like, how do you book this stuff? And I always tell people, man, if you're trying to book, especially independent level, find a place where you're at that you can kind of get shows going. And then when people are coming through, help them out. And then they almost always will help you out in their town.
Yeah, that's smart.
A lot of it's just emailing people, man, and not being an idiot. Like, and they'll be like, well, I'm always not an idiot. But a lot of it's like, if you're going to send someone an email, look at their Facebook page, look at their page, their website, make sure like, hey man, we don't play there on a Wednesday. If you go to their calendar and it's like Wednesday's karaoke night.
Yeah, you're not playing that.
Then they know that you're not you're not paying attention to them. They'll normally, even when you go on a night, they're not having karaoke. If they recognize you, like, this is the band that didn't even look at our website.
Right.
Make sure you always get the town right. Write your email in like Notepad or something before you send it, so you don't accidentally hit send and you send an email with the wrong city. It's always embarrassing.
Oops.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you?
Yeah.
You know, once or twice where I've accidentally hit send and then like for some reason couldn't, just panicked, and then instead of hitting unsend on, you usually have like a 10-second thing on Gmail where you can go like, oh, no, don't do that. But it'd be like, oh no, what did I do? And then by the time I like panic it ended, it was like, well, cool. I just asked for this place and said like Portland when it was Seattle.
Oops.
That stings a little.
Right. It's like doing Dallas or Austin instead of Houston. You're like, ooh,
not
we ain't no
show.
Dallas. So that's a good answer to that one, man. It's really just help other people out when you can. You don't make it far unless you're willing to share, man. It's really one of those things where no matter what some of these people want to tell you, it's a very, I wouldn't say.
It's a give and take.
Yeah, it's very community, like the community shares, community puts in together. Some might even say it's almost like socialist, where we all put things together and we all help each other out and we all try to bring everybody up instead of just like me. It's important.
Well, yeah, and I think also if you're booking shows and you get a show and they put a local on there, do your best to reach out to the local. Like, you know, hit them up and like when you get there, watch them play. Like put a little effort into it because they could open more doors for you. That's happened to me a bunch of times. We played maybe the small venue of a town with a local, and they're like, well, next time, dude, we'll get you in this bigger room because we hit it off. I'm like, you just got to make sure you do that.
And it's cool to just have that, man, to where you go out and you're, you know, if you're not a fan of music, like it's hard.
Yeah.
Because you need to be someone who's fired up to sit there and watch the show and interact with the band. You know, be up front. You can go sit in the back and mope if your set was bad, but just shake that off, man. Get up there and rock and have fun.
Yeah.
That's my deal, man. Like, I love watching people just as much as playing. So it's like, get up there and support people. And that's, you know, to bring it back around. That's why we started doing this, man. Because we like genuinely love so many of these bands that we play with and so many people that we interact with on various levels. Like, there's people huge fans of as friends and peers, and there's people we're just fans of because we really love their music and things like that. So one of the things lacking is people at this level actually having the ability to receive press coverage and things like that. And it's like this place where we can step in and do that and help. So we figure that's important to do. And we hope y'all think it's important too, man. Thanks for listening.
And we're going to continue to do that next season.
We will, which I'll be looking for next season later this year after our record's done, probably November.
We'll round out your fall with some more music in the minor league.
All right, man. See y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all, that's it, man. Season 1 is in the books. Thanks for everyone who took the time to be a guest, everyone who took a chance to listen, man. I mean, we're at over 2,500 listeners right now, so we're averaging 100 an episode, which we're pretty excited about. I mean, we really didn't expect that many people to give it a listen, especially this early. We'll be back in November with Season 2. If you're listening, you'd like to be a guest, hit us up. We're always looking for new people to talk to. We're going to start recording new episodes probably in the next month or so, start having a cache. So once we start back, we'll be booming. We'll be dropping episodes and we'll have kind of a little bit of backup, so there's no last minute scrambles. Like we literally recorded this episode last night and it is out today, or it is out tomorrow. That's where it is. So we'll see you then. Thanks again, man. Thanks to everybody for listening. We appreciate it. There's no outro song this week. Just remember, man, share this with a friend if you like it. Tell folks about it. Support all the artists we talk to and talk about. Go on Spotify or wherever you listen to music, Amazon, Apple. Follow people. Give them positive reviews, all that kind of good stuff. Come see them at a show, man. There's new ones coming up from all these bands all the time. And that's where we're going to leave it, man. We'll see y'all next season. Have a good one. Bye-bye.